Oops, wrong screen. What's going on, guys? Sorry for the wonky intro. It is 10:44 here in the morning, and I'm going to be hanging out with you for probably like 45 minutes or so. Just got done doing a ton of yard work, and I'm going to pick up my daughter from preschool in about an hour and a half. And until then, I'm going to be hanging out with you guys. I should have made a sandwich. I could have had a sandwich on live stream on microphone. But I've never done that. I've never eaten on microphone. I need to do that. It's on my bucket list. Sarah Heat, thank you so much for the first super chat and channel support of the stream as I get dirt and grass clippings all over my nice computer chair. Sarah, thank you so much. Sarah says, HelloGreedo. Hope you're... Where did it go? Where did it go? There we go. Hope you're having a good morning. In the Mandalorian Season 2, if the ice planet is Ilum, do you think that both Baby Yoda and Mando will have a test like other people and Jedi have done? Oh, interesting. That is the first thing that I thought of, was that it was going to be Ilum. I saw a lot of people kind of speculating on that as well. Obviously, there can be other snowy, icy planets. Obviously, we have Hoth. I doubt it's going to be Hoth. I think the trajectory of the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda, the child, you know, being force sensitive. The Mandalorian is obviously looking for answers, looking for some kind of like common, I don't know, ancestors to hand this kid off to. I think his jump across the galaxy is going to take him to Ilum. I do think that's going to be the case. Do I think there's going to be some test? I don't. Obviously, this is all speculation. I'm talking out of my ass here. But I would suspect that Ilum, by this time, I'm sure it will harbor some secrets, but I doubt there will be like a... Golly, I don't know. That's a really tough question. I doubt it. I kind of, in my brain, and obviously we're all speculating and shooting the shit here, but in my brain, I kind of have a feeling that they're going there and maybe just to look for answers, but it's not like it's an active place. Does that make sense? A lot of light has gone out in the galaxy. And maybe there will be some kind of closure or explanation or some kind of connection there to be found for the child. But yeah, I would suspect that if I had to guess, if I was a betting man, I would say that it is Ilum. Ilum showed up in Clone Wars. It showed up in it showed up in Jedi Fallen Order. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Jedi Fallen Order. That was a cool little place to visit in that game. Starkiller Base is under construction on Ilum. That's right. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, for sure. That's right. Technically showed up in TFA. I liked how that kind of... I forgot about that connection, man. Yeah, that's cool. I forgot about that. So, that's my guess, Sarah. It will be Ilum. It's kind of a place we've explored in new canon stuff, right? But kind of cool. Yeah, I remember that being... it was first revealed in like a loading screen for Fallen Order, right? I'm pretty sure. Once you beat the campaign and then you... Yeah, it was something like that. I can't remember how it worked, right? So yeah, there's going to be some kind of hint. Well, is there going to be some kind of like... I mean, the events that take place in The Mandalorian... I'm sure the construction of Starkiller Base has not begun, but maybe there will be some kind of footprint there. I don't know. Oh, I love that. Little interesting connection there. But yeah, I appreciate that, Sarah. Hope you're doing well. Danny says, I really just want to see a continuation of Mando's and the child's story. I don't care about lore or the Jedi or legacy characters. I only care about Mando and his son. Yeah, I'm partially there with you, man. I'm not one to constantly need characters that we're already familiar with to kind of be shoved into new material. I've said I'm a broken record at this point, but I love... One of the things that I loved about the Mando Season 1 was how it stood on its own 2 feet. didn't rely on characters that we already were familiar with. And I'm sure, being that the Mandalorian is going to be looking for some kind of connection, somewhere to drop the child off, right? Some familiar faces, maybe not faces, but some kind of familiarity with what it is. I would suspect that we will probably see some Jedi lore, something like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, could be wrong. All could be wrong, right? There we go. Closing some tabs from last night's stream. I still have like a ton of tabs open from last night's stream. That's how it goes. Nice. I want to see a return of the original bounty hunter, seeing someone like Bosk. Sorry, I spelled it wrong. Oh, if I spelled it wrong, The Mandalorian would be amazing. Yeah, I see why people would want something like that, Double A. For me, these like tie-ins maybe, and these characters that we already kind of know. I guess it would make sense if Bosk isn't dead by this period. I don't know if that's established or not, but like, I guess it would be kind of cool to have bounty hunters of more notoriety from the audience show up to try to nab the child, but it's not something that it's weird, man. Like, my brain doesn't really work like that. I've never been one to, going into the new trilogy, the sequel trilogy, I was never one to like really need familiar faces. Even going into the sequel trilogy with the cast of the original trilogy, way before those movies came out, before The Force Awakens, I said, I want the OT actors to kind of take a back seat and let a new generation take the helm. So even then, with the most beloved familiar faces in the entire history of my personal Star Wars, I wanted them to kind of still take a back seat, What do I want? Apprentice of the Twilight? My biggest thing, man, is not relying on the familiar. That's my biggest thing, and that's been my biggest thing, like, with all new Star Wars material. I'm not a fan of continuously mulching over the same shit. I feel like, when a franchise does that, when Star Wars does that, it begins to feel very stagnant. Maybe it appeals to a wide audience. Maybe people love, people obviously love seeing what they love, right? That's why everybody wants an Old Republic movie or a Nihilist movie, or you know what I mean? People love what they love and they want to see more of it. I'm kind of the opposite, man. Like, I love Han Solo, love Luke Skywalker. If we never see them in any material ever again, fine. I'm cool with it. Like, I want new stuff, right? But that's pretty much like the number one for me. I don't really, obviously it looks like we're going to see Fett, maybe Ahsoka, and those are not things that, like, I don't jump for joy for stuff like that, But yeah, anyway. But that's just me. There we go. Yeah, I was debating about playing Squadrons, man, but I felt like I just got inside, ran upstairs, fired up the microphone, hit stream. I'll probably end up doing a Squadron stream tomorrow night. Oops. I'm sure it will be, James. No question about it, man. James was talking about the score, the musical score. I love the kind of like, the Western vibe that the music gives. It's very sometimes marchy, like, I love the direction that it went as well, man. And I'm sure it'll be just as good. And it's kind of interesting. If you would have told me like 5-10 years ago, they're making new Star Wars movies and the music is way different than what you would suspect Star Wars music to be like, I probably would be a little hesitant at first. But hearing it, man, it just fits the vibe of the show so well. Yeah, I just love it. I just love it through and through. Sarah Heat, thank you so much for the channel support. Once again, this morning, I'm so used to doing live streams in the afternoon or evening. It's taken me a little while to get used to saying this morning. I usually do these streams when my daughter's at preschool. So here we are. It's only her like third week. I'm still not used to it, man. But Sarah Heat, thank you so much. Sarah says, do you think that if Mando meets other Mandalorians, they'll accept the child since he is force sensitive and they were once enemies, even if the armorer and Din see him as a foundling? Yeah, I would suspect so. I mean, in the trailer, I don't know that character's name. Let me look this up. Mandalorian. The armorer. Oh, that's the armor. I was looking for a specific name. I guess maybe she doesn't have one. I would suspect that, yeah, the vast majority of if there are other Mandalorians, there will be a sense of acceptance. I think the foundling thing is pretty huge. I would suspect that, yeah, Din's responsibility to the child, his devotion to the child, I suppose, would be pretty apparent. And I can't imagine that he has to look out for other Mandalorians, you know what I mean? I would assume that they would have his back. Could be wrong, but I think the biggest, headache, the biggest worry that Din and the child are going to have are other bounty hunters and that are working with the Empire, I would suspect, just rolling the dice, that if there is some Mandalorian conflict, it will not be Din and the child versus other Mandalorians. There will be acceptance in that. I can't imagine that. Well, I don't know. I know there were once enemies, but I think maybe this goes beyond that. I don't know. I'm gonna say they will accept the child. If it comes down to that, if we see more Mandos in this season, I'm gonna say there's gonna be some acceptance. Do you think we'll see more Mandalorians, more Mandos in the show? I hadn't really thought of that. I guess I kind of like the idea of we get a little dash of history and lore, and maybe for people that weren't totally aware of that, and then the show might move beyond that. I don't think it's really a necessity, but I can see the show kind of leaving other Mandalorians behind and kind of moving past it, but I don't know. Anyway, I appreciate that, Sarah. That is originally Master 2552. That's originally what I thought all the Tamora Morrison rumors were going to be, Everybody automatically assumed it was going to be Boba Fett. I assumed that if there was going to be Tamora Morrison appearing in the show, it would be the coolest thing would just have him be a random clone trooper. Wouldn't that just be the coolest thing? To me, it would. My brain works different with Star Wars than other people, man. Like the idea of seeing Boba Fett in the show, it's fine. I'm excited to just see what they do with it, I guess. But it's something that it doesn't get my blood pumping. It's not something that I would ever have wished on a shooting star for, But once again, that's just me. go. Cool. That's tough, Alexander. I don't know. Like, I understand some people had a complaint, and it was very... I didn't hear it from very many folks, but that it felt kind of like video game missions, right? Every kind of episode was its little self-contained thing. I liked the way that it was done, to tell you the truth. I kind of like how it made it feel like they were constantly on the move, constantly on the run. Yeah, so I don't know if I would really want them to change the formula. I'm sure it will get a little more cohesive. I'm sure, familiar faces in terms of characters that we've already seen in Season 1, I'm sure they will be more prevalent in Season 2 and kind of stick around longer than they did in the first season, at least episode to episode. But yeah, hard to say, man. No confirmation of death for Bosk. What's up, Vince? I want to see Boba crawling out of the pit, getting to the top, then tripping and falling back in. Please. Data leader? Yeah, I've considered it. I just don't have the time, man. Like, if I was to complete my TIE pilot costume, I mean, I have everything that I need other than I would want to get a new helmet. The Dawn Post, it doesn't look good. I mean, I could make a lot of modifications to it, but it would never look as good as something else that I could buy. A far more screen accurate helmet. If I ever did build it, I would do a video on it, but man, I barely have time to do what I do as is, I can't. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to swing it, I would love to eventually, but yeah. There we go. I'm not against seeing familiar characters. That's not anything I've ever said. It's not something that I like thirst for, right? Some people just whenever a new project gets announced, their mind immediately goes to, I wonder if we'll see this person, this person, this person, all these familiar characters. I want to see this person in it that we've seen in a ton of other stuff, right? So it's not that I'm fully against it. It's not something that I'm like craving. You know what I mean? Just because for me, I always like when Star Wars attempts to give us some new shit. And even if it doesn't hit me the way, like Rogue One, even if it doesn't hit me like I was hoping for, even if I don't really care for it, I still appreciate the attempt at something new, right? But that's just me. What's up, Caleb? When's Lobot going to come back? Lobot would be a fun costume to do, man. Lobot would be like... I'm going to look that up. Lobot... cosplay? Alright, there's some pretty bad Lobot looking cosplays. But that's a cool... Yeah, I like that Lobot cosplay. If I was bald, I would do some Lobot cosplay. It's pretty awesome. I can't be that expensive to make, and it would be a very simple, comfortable costume, right? Oh, here's somebody doing Lobot with a bald cap. I guess that would work. Lobot actor. I feel like I've looked this up before. Yeah. John Hollis. Pay attention in class, Alejandro. Icy, would you want to see it on like on like a droid, like kind of a Grievous kind of thing, like a mechanical body? One TV show they should do is the Calrissian Chronicles. Touches at any age period, whether that be solo, original, or sequel. Lando Calrissian. Plus, we get him. I actually like that idea, man. You could do some fun stuff with that. Every episode could just be like an hour long of fun, different types of adventures. Nothing too serious. You could just. I love that. Lighthearted. I like my Han Solo. I like my Lando. I like my Chewie. I like it lighthearted, right? But yeah, I would love that, man. I would love something like that for sure. Strong thumb, Levi. Strong thumb. Yeah, that's a big thing. I agree, Alexander. Like at a certain point, the barrier of entry of understanding things might be an issue. I think they're going to be smart about it, though. I don't think that's going to be an issue. You know. With the use of a little bit of expository dialogue, or not like getting too complicated with shit that relies on shit from before. I think they're pretty smart. I think they will be pretty smart about that, you know. Yeah, I watched the first like 5 episodes of Resistance, Caleb, and I actually really liked it. And for whatever reason, I stopped. Like, I do that with so many shows, man. Just life gets in the way. Can't find time to make videos about it. What I should have done is just watch the entirety of the first season, and then made one big video about it instead of trying to do a video for each episode, you know. But yeah. Alright guys, that was 30 minutes. Didn't know how long I was going to do. I'm probably going to end up streaming Squadrons tomorrow. I got to leave and grab my daughter from preschool in about 45 minutes. So I'm going to run downstairs and get some lunch. Probably take a shower because I did a lot of yard work this morning. But that is my day. And the rest of the day we will be playing. Man, she did not want to go to school this morning. I felt so bad. She's been so exhausted for the past couple days. We were out of town. My daughter stayed with my parents. She didn't really nap, and like, you know, I think she just wants us to. You know, it's kind of how I don't know. Toddler, 2.5-year-old, man. Super excited to see her though. I'm gonna bring her a little piece of candy. But all right, guys, enjoy the rest of your morning, your afternoon, or evening. I will probably do some Squadrons tomorrow afternoon. If not tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. But, all right, guys. As always, have a fantastic rest of your day. And I will catch you all on the flip side. Let's end it with a little fun song, shall we? See you guys.